Hey y'all, I wrote a quick poem for our intro called The Best Virtual Hug. There was a need for smiles and laughs, so friends were called and pleas were had. Submissions rolled in and splicing videos turned out not so bad. May I present to you a special rendition of poems by Shel Silverstein, read by Soul Essentials for this edition.
If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you are a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in.
My favorite poem, just like the book, is called Where the Sidewalk Ends. When I was little like you, I used to think that the sidewalk went on forever, following the road, and that wherever in the world it did end was a magical place, just like living in a fairy tale. But no one could ever get there because it was too far. When I grew up, I realized that world is all around us, and you can find magic only if you look for it. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. There is a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins, and there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbird rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black and the dark street winds and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk-white arrows go to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk-white arrows go, for the children, they mark, and the children, they know, the place where the sidewalk ends.
Yesies and noes. The yesies said yes to anything that anyone suggested. The noes said no to everything unless it was proven and tested. So the yesies all died of much too much, and the noes all died of fright. But somehow I think the think for your selfies all came out all right.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams. And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings. Coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black-burned buttered toast, grizzly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled on down the hall, it raised the roof, it broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dried, curdled milk and crust of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that finally it touched the sky. And all the neighbors moved away and none of her friends would come to play. And finally Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state. from New York to the Golden Gate, and there in the garbage she did hate. Poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour's much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out.
This boat that we just built is just fine. And don't try to tell us it's not. The sides and the back are divine. It's the bottom, I guess we forgot.
Ridiculous Rose. Her mama said, "Don't eat with your fingers." "Okay," said Ridiculous Rose. So she ate with her toes.
I've done it! I've done it! Guess what I've done? Invented a light bulb that plugs into the sun. The sun is bright enough. The bulb is strong enough. But there's only one thing wrong. The cord ain't long enough.
Would you like to hear of a terrible night when I bravely fought the... No? All right.
The Land of Happy by Shel Silverstein. Have you ever been to the Land of Happy, where everyone's happy all day? Where they joke and they sing of the happiest things and everything's jolly and gay. There's no one happy in happy, there's laughter and smiles galore. I have been to the Land of Happy. What a bore. The end.
I have to read you one of my favorite poems when I was a kid. The name of that poem is Colors. Skin is kind of sort of brownish, pinkish, yellowish, white. My eyes are grayish, bluish, green. But I'm told that they look orange in the night. My hair is reddish, blondish, brown, but it's silver when it's wet, and all the colors I am inside have not been invented yet. And thank you for listening and watching. This video was made from the heart.
Tug-of-war. I will not play at tug-of-war. I'd rather play at hug-of-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, and everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins and everyone cuddles and everyone wins.
Magic. Sandra's seen a leprechaun, Eddie's touched a troll, Lori danced with witches once, Charlie found some goblin's gold, Donald heard a mermaid sing, Susie spied an elf. With all the magic I have known, I've had to make myself.
There is a voice inside of you that speaks all day long. I know that this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's best for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside.
The worst. When singing songs of scariness, of bloodliness and hairiness, I feel obligated at this moment to remind you of the most ferocious beast of all. 3,000 pounds and 9 feet tall, the glurpy Scraggergall, who's standing right behind you.
This poem is also brilliant. It's part of the 30th anniversary special edition. It's called Oops. Down, upside out, come all poems my. Found I can't, but try do I. Around all them, turn not can I. Down, upside out, come all poems my. My poems all come out upside down. I cannot turn them all around. I do try, but can't I found. My poems all come out upside down.
I won't hatch. Oh, I am a chickie who lives in an egg. But I will not hatch. I will not hatch. The hens they all cackle, the roosters all beg. But I will not hatch. I will not hatch. For I fear all the talk of pollution and war, as the people all shout and the airplanes roar. So I'm staying in here where it's safe and it's warm. And I will not hatch.
I opened my eyes and looked up at the rain, and it dripped in my head and flowed into my brain. And all that I hear as I lie in my bed is the slishity slosh of rain in my head. I step very softly, I walk very slow. I can't do a handstand, I might overflow. So pardon the wild crazy thing I just said. I'm just not the same since there's rain in my head.
No difference. Small as a peanut, big as a giant. We're all the same size when we turn off the light.
Rich as a sultan, poor as a mite. We're all worth the same when we turn off the light.
Red, black, or orange, yellow or white. We all look the same when we turn off the light.
So maybe the way to make everything right is for God to just reach out and turn off the light. Thank you.
Cats after sleep.
I made an airplane out of stone. I always did like staying at home.
We're all out of paint, so let's paint a picture with our food. For red, we'll squeeze these cherries. For purple, let's splash some grape juice on it. For blue, we'll just use blueberries. For black, we'll use some licorice. For brown, pour on some gravy. For yellow, you can dip your brush in the egg yolk you just gave me. We'll sign our names in applesauce and title it Our Lunch On, and hang it up for everyone to stop and see and munch on.
Alice. She drank from a bottle called Drink Me, and up she grew so tall. She ate from a plate called Taste Me, and down she shrank so small. And so she changed, while other folks never tried nothing at all.
Who wants a pancake, sweet, piping, and hot? Good little Grace looks up and says, I'll take the one on top. Who else wants a pancake, fresh off the griddle? Terrible Teresa smiles and says, I'll take the one in the middle.
We gave you a chance to water the plants. We didn't mean that way. Now zip up your pants.
To know the brilliance of Shel Silverstein, read this poem called The Toucan. Tell me who can catch a toucan? Lou can. Just how few can ride the toucan? Toucan. What kind of goo can stick you to the toucan? Glue can. Who can write some more about the toucan? You can.
many, how much? How many slams in an old screen door? Depends on how loud you shut it. How many slices in a bread? Depends on how thin you cut it. How much good inside a day? Depends on how good you live 'em. How much love inside a friend? Depends on how much you give 'em.
Diving board, falling up. You've been on that diving board, making sure that it's nice and straight. You've made sure that it's not too slick. You've made sure it can stand the weight. You've made sure that the spring is tight. You've made sure that the cloth won't slip. You've made sure that it bounces right and that your toes can get a grip. And you've been up there since 5:30, doing everything but dive.
Lazy Jane. Lazy, 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 lazy Jane. She wants a drink of water, so she waits and waits and waits and waits and waits for it to rain.
This is a poem by Shel Silverstein known as Love. Ricky was L, but he's home with the flu. Lizzie was our O, had some homework to do. Mitchell E probably got lost on the way. So I'm all of love that can make it today.
Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. This is called the boa constrictor. Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. A boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by boa constrictor, and I don't like it one bit. Well, what do you know? It's nibbling my toe. Oh, gee, it's up to my knee. Oh my, it's up to my thigh. Oh, fiddle, it's up to my middle. Oh, heck, it's up to my neck. Oh, dread.
My hobby. When you spit from the 26th floor and it floats on the breeze to the ground, does it fall upon hats? Or on white Persian cats? Or on heads with a pity-pat sound? I used to think life was a bore, but I don't feel that way anymore. As I count up the hits, as I smile as I sit, as I spit from the 26th floor.
3, 2, and 1.
I tripped on my shoelace and I fell up. Up to the rooftops, up over the town, up past the treetops, up over the mountains, up where the colors blend into the sounds. But it got me dizzy when I looked around. I got sick to my stomach and I threw down.
Inside everybody's nose, there lives a sharp-toothed snail. So if you stick your finger in, he may bite off your nail. Stick it further inside, he might bite your ring off. Stick it all the way, and he may bite the whole darn thing off.
Listen to the mustn'ts. Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never-haves, then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. anything can be. Stay healthy.